With no further ado, we get it poppin'. It's maybe the biggest episode ever in the history of
It
Liquidate
is.
All Assets. It's episode 18, but it's the NFL opener. Goo, episode 18. What do you
And
got
I'm
for
going
me?
none other, and his debut is a few days away. Peyton Manning, the great 18, is football tonight, 5:15. Let's go, Diz. We got some money to get.
Let's go. Let's get that chicken. And coming up in just a couple moments, we will give out the Thursday night football lock. We'll get into the full card of NFL games. Goo likes a number of them, also some college games. And Goo and I will get into a little bit of a Alabama Mercer debate at some point as far as which way we're going on that. MLB picks, and I got a couple of U.S. Open choices for you, Goo.
Love it.
I've been loving the women's side, especially. The women's tennis has been remarkable. The
Young
men's awesome.
teenagers.
Yeah, a couple of them, and they're both on display tonight. So we'll have a couple of tennis picks for you as well. But what are you thinking, Goo, as a Cowboy fan going into tonight? Thursday night football kicks off the 2021 NFL season.
I think the Dallas Cowboys, they made some changes on their defense, but I don't think they take full effect in Tampa Bay tonight. So with that said, they got a great, if not one of the top offenses in the NFL. And I'm looking at Tom Terrific and what he has at his disposal in that stout D. But Dibs, I just see a bunch of points tonight. Tampa Bay runs away with the game, but the point over under is 50. I think they're going to blow past that, and I could see 43-24. That's almost 80 points, but I'm blowing past the over of 50. Dallas will put up points, but so will Tampa, and I think the lock of the day is over 50 on that game this evening.
What if I told you it's already moved to 52? How would you
Oh,
feel about
wow.
it then?
I'm not by myself then. That's what that would tell me.
Yeah, it's right now it's estimated to be basically a 30-21 ball game. 52 is where the over under has gone. The spread now 9.5. If I wanted to play the number, which way are you thinking? Because I'm looking at Dallas and 9.5, and I'm thinking this is a team that's not going to quit if they're down in the football game. If they're down 31-17, they're going to try to get that extra touchdown just to make Jerry feel better and make the fan base feel better as well.
No doubt. And the biggest audition is on the defensive side of the ball with Dan Quinn and the additions that they made. He's brought over a couple guys from Atlanta. But Dibs, they don't have to be the 86, 85 Bears. They just got to be better than what was tragically done last year in Dallas. I don't know if they do that tonight, but that -9, I think Tampa wins this game by 2 touchdowns with no sweat. Dallas will make the playoffs. I just don't think they keep this game close tonight. I may be wrong, Dibs, but again, the over and -9 is screaming at me.
Wow, -9. So mark this as a head-to-head. It's actually moved to 9.5 too, Goose. So the money is coming in.
10 wins it, yeah.
Yeah, it's coming in on the GOAT. 31-21 would be a Goo win. Tampa to the over. I'm actually going the other way. I'm going to take Dallas in the points.
Wow.
I also would take the over if I was going to bet a side, although usually these games earlier in the year tend toward unders. Just, offenses aren't clicking on all cylinders. The defense has a little bit of an advantage.
Can I ask you a quick question, Dibs?
Please.
I don't know this, and I should have. -9, that's a lot in the NFL. So that would put Dallas what on the money line? Plus about 280, 300, or am I wrong there?
340. 9.5. They got about 340.
That's a nice one if they were somehow to win.
Yeah, and it's a tough spot on the road. Anytime you have the opener and you go to the defending champions' yard and you have to try to win that game there, it's never going to be as easy as it might have been at home. This is Liquidate All Assets with Guru and Dibs, brought to you by BetQL.com. Looking for sports betting content all day long? The BetQL network now available nationwide on the Odyssey mobile app and website. Over 10,000 homes, auto-connected devices, and at BetQLnetwork.com. This is wagertainment for every fan, morning, afternoon, and night. Betting angles throughout the day, insights from local and national experts, entertaining content to keep both casual and hardcore bettors engaged. Get sports betting tips from the best in the game. BetQL Network, streaming now on Odyssey. Goo, on a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you for the start of the NFL season?
It's a 13. And it's a 13 because I watch damn near every college game, which I normally don't, Dibs, but that's how much I've been yearning, my friend, for NFL football. College, the great appetizer, which actually starts Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then Sunday. But to answer your question, I'm at a 13.
I love it. Coming up in 5 minutes, we will go to college football because the good thing about the way the football calendar rolls out is that by the time the NFL starts, college is in week 3. So now we have a real look at these teams, for at least one game for a team. Some teams have played 2, others have played 3, and that's where you can really start to get into from a handicapping standpoint, what we're looking at. Let's keep it though in the NFL, Goo. And I'm going to give you one that I love.
Okay.
Sunday morning, it's Pittsburgh at Buffalo. Buffalo -6 with an over-under 48.5. And I'm taking the Pittsburgh Steelers. I like Buffalo's defense. Very stout defense. They like to run the ball. They like to run a lot of zone read with the quarterback, control the game. But Pittsburgh is better than they've been in the past. And I think Pittsburgh is a bit of a sleeper. And you're giving me 6 points with Pittsburgh at Buffalo. All eyes are on the Bills and Josh Allen. And I said on Steiny Guru and Dibs, I believe that the Bills will be the Super Bowl champion this year. Bills over Rams was my prediction. But some about this week 1 game and 6 points with Big Ben and Najee Harris. Shout out Antioch. Yeah. I'm taking Pittsburgh on the road in the 6.
Now, I'm shocked because I felt you when you said you picked Buffalo as your Super Bowl participant. I get that. I just look at Big Ben and what we saw at that home loss against Cleveland last year. I know it was last year, but Dibs, I don't know if you know it or not. To me, he can only throw one route, and that's the little go route. I know they got Najee Harris, but have they really fixed that offensive line, which ailed them? They got the runner, but are the holes going to be there? And I think Josh Allen, they're smarting for how their season ended. They know they're, a trendy pick, but they're real on both sides of the ball. And I just don't trust Ben and this new Steeler team in that situation. So I'm going to go on the flip side. I'm going to take Buffalo -6. Dibs.
Man, we're going head to head. It's going to be one of these podcasts where we're doing battle. You say yes and I say no. You say hi and I say no and all that.
And we got to record them, Dibs. That's the best part of these podcasts and shows is we don't just throw stuff out. We're accountable.
Yeah.
So moving forward, we're already on the other side of it. I love it.
And shout out our producer, Evan Giddings, E-Gid. Yeah, Big E, 18th episode, and he's writing all this down. He's going to keep it on us. He's going to track it. And shout out Dante and Camus, Russell and Robert.
What up?
All the great people checking in. And I see you, I am the Bay 2900. Hashtag fade the dibber. That feels a little personal to be, but we'll see.
Little town love, man. 2900.
Yeah, 2900. And coming up, I'll give you my U.S. Open tennis locks. I gave you Maria Sakkari yesterday on a +105, so that one came home. So when it comes to tennis, Goo, Little League, English Premier League, golf, those are my things.
You light up. You light up, Dibs. And you're one of a rare few that can make those pick and know what you're doing. That's why I love it. I just soak it all up like he knows what he's doing.
I appreciate it, Goo. Let me give you one more from the NFL, and then maybe you give me one, and then we'll go
I got a lock for you after you go.
Yeah, okay. And we got Niners-Lions that we'll talk about as well, and we'll take a look at the Raider game too. But I'll tell you what, and it's Baker Mayfield. Maybe I'm a little bit too smitten with what Baker and the Cleveland offense could be, but you're giving me 5.5 points and the Browns. It's a new look Browns at Kansas City. Give me Cleveland and the 5.5 on the road in a great QB battle in the afternoon.
See that? Wow, Dibs, just a beautiful mind. Russell Crowe. I'm just on the exact opposite of it because I love what Cleveland did in Pittsburgh. For Baker to go up there and win that game the way they did, that was a shocker. So I still feel like there's some good juju and residue. Shout out to Juju Smith-Schuster. But I just don't think the Chiefs losing the Super Bowl and getting humiliated the way they did because of the decimated O-line. I think they're going to make a statement, and I don't think it's going to be a big statement to expect them to cover at home, which a touchdown would do so, or 2 field goals. I just don't think this is the spot to go with the underdog.
Man, it's a clash. It's head-to-head. I think 5.5 is a big enough number to where that game's going to be closer than we think. Kansas City's defense is still a question mark, and Baker Mayfield is a guy who's really played himself into a spot where he's comfortable now in the league,
No
and they
doubt.
have weapons all over. They have a good run game. They've got weapons on offense. I think that Cleveland might be able to cover that one. But, Goo, let's turn our attention to the two local teams, and we'll give the Raiders that designation just for the old school. Shout out to 510. You and I both love the nickel and the dime. But the Raiders, what do you think about their chances in a prime time spot? The Las Vegas, it's so hard to say, the Las Vegas Raiders at home against Baltimore. Baltimore is pretty dinged up. Monday Night Football, Raiders +4 at home.
You know what? I just don't know what John Gruden is doing. I think he's becoming more of a joke every day that goes by when you hear some of his sound bites. But to talk about the actual football play on the field, you know what? I'm tired of going against Lamar Jackson and Harbaugh, who's a damn good coach. I know they just lost another running back today. And injuries have kind of, I won't say decimated the Ravens, but they got Lamar Jackson. They got a stout defense. And the Raiders, I don't know what they are defensively. They revamped and sent away good old linemen. I don't know what that's about. So I'm going to go with Baltimore -4 to beat the Raiders. I hope I'm wrong. I was born in Oakland, Dibs. I got people that love the Raiders. And it doesn't make sense what's going on. And Derek Carr, I'm not mad at him, but I don't know what to expect week in, week out. And Dibs, can you tell me what type of defense we're going to see from the Raiders? Because outside of Dallas, they were as atrocious as the Cowboys were last year. At least they went got Dan Quinn. I don't know what that's going to do, but what have the Raiders done? Just, it's another year we're going to be better. I don't know. I like Baltimore in this game.
Yeah, I do too, Goo. I'd like to take Vegas, but I would like to have more points than just 4. And I think that Lamar Jackson, even though they may have Devontae Freeman at running back, and I already put a waiver claim in our fantasy league.
There you go.
You can go ahead and jump in the waiver pool. I'm 12th. I had the first pick in the draft, so I'm last in the waiver run. I don't expect to get him, but Devontae Freeman is back. It looks like he's going to be back in Baltimore, but Lamar Jackson's such a weapon, such a threat in the run game. And I know what you're saying about the Raiders defense. They are better, but how much better? And you got a primetime spot with a primetime player in the heat of Vegas. I see Lamar Jackson having a huge night, so I'm comfortable laying the 4. You and I are on the same side on the Baltimore-Vegas game.
Let me just one tidbit about Monday Night Football, which I'm already excited for, and it's only Thursday. But are you a little melancholy that we didn't get the normal doubleheader on Monday Night Football where we get the East Coast game? I guess they got rid of that this year.
Yeah, thank God. Thank God. I hate the Monday night doubleheader. I'm an early riser, Goo.
Okay.
Hashtag I hike on the streets. You know that. I'm up at 5:30 or 6, and I put my shoes on, and I get my miles in. So I can't be staying up late for this cockamamie second game of a doubleheader. Give me the one game, the special Monday Night Football game. And that also means, by the way, there's an additional game on Sunday. And I like my Sunday football to be full. I don't like it when it's, 7 games in the morning and 3 in the afternoon. I like
Which
to have
I think we got this Sunday. If I was listening to you correctly the other day, you pointed that out. Like we got a big smorgasbord in the morning and then only a few games. I don't get that.
Yeah, it's just the way it breaks down sometimes. You got, I think, 4 games in the afternoon, 9 in the morning. Yeah, the 9-4 split is, about the least I can tolerate. Sometimes they'll hit you with that 10-3 or even like a 9-3. And then, red zone in the afternoon is worthless if you got 3 games.
No doubt, no doubt. I am so ready for this Niner Detroit preview, Dibs, because I don't want to – I'll let you take care of it, but I'm excited about this one.
No, let's lay it out there because this is Liquidate All Assets with Dibs and Guru, and Dibs. And listen to us 10 to 2 with our boy Steiny on 95.7 The Game. If you're looking for sports betting content all day long, the BetQL network is available nationwide on the Odyssey mobile app and website, over 10,000 homes, auto-connected devices, and at BetQLnetwork.com. Well, Goo, the stage is set. The big game, the opener, Jimmy G, Trey Lance. It's going to be Jimmy G.
Yeah.
But the 49ers are 7.5-point favorites at Detroit, over under of 45. What do you think about that one, Goo?
I'm going under the mattress. I'm going behind at the back end of the closet, wherever I got it, old suit jackets, and I'm putting everything on this Niner team. I know what they're supposed to be. Now, I'll say this. The San Francisco Giants, a wonderful season, came out of nowhere, makes me not doubt any team like the Detroit Lions. I just don't think they're ready. And if Bosa and this stout defensive line with its depth is supposed to be what they are, because a lot of teams are picking the Niners to go to the Super Bowl or go on a deep run, they are going to blow the Lions out. Dibs, I expect this game to be over by halftime. You got Kittle down the middle. I took that from Low Neal. You got Mostert and Sermon, and you got Jimmy, who won the job, and the euphoria from that. But one thing that does worry me is this team, the Niners, just brought Josh Norman. Not the old Josh Norman, what's left of him. And I just wonder, and I've asked you and Steiny, why? So the back end of that defense concerns me, but I just don't think I'll be concerned Sunday. I really think Kyle Shanahan, they come out like a Ferrari, Dibs. And you talk about 7.5. I could see this being a 17-point win for the Niners, if not more. So I'm putting it all on the Niners.
Wow, I like it. Good analysis, and I think it's a smart pick. 7.5 to me is a good number because you could see this being a one-touchdown game. Now, if it's not a one-touchdown game, if somebody wins by less than a touchdown or more than a touchdown, either way, I think it's more likely that the Niners win by more than a touchdown.
Okay.
The second most likely scenario would be the Niners win by less than a touchdown. The third most likely would be Lions by less than a touchdown. The most unlikely is Lions win by more than a touchdown. So if I'm looking at how this plays out, it feels more like a 27-17 or maybe a 30-20 kind of ball game. I think that the Niners have enough to score enough. I also would lay the 7.5 goo 49ers at Detroit Sunday
and let
morning.
me add
How
this
about
tidbit, Dibs. I'm with you. And if we didn't feel so strongly about what the Niners could do offensively and stop Detroit, I would be interested in buying that half down. But I won't do that to spend that extra capital, knowing in my gut, Dibs, and it sounds like yours too, they're going to win by a couple, double-digit points.
Yeah, it feels like it should be. And,
no doubt. We can be wrong.
Yeah, the oblong object, you never know which way it bounces, and things can go your way or against you. Dante Wiley, by the way, agrees with you on Guru and Mayock. He's chiming in via StreamYard. We appreciate all the great commenters and everyone else following. I am the Bay 2900. You've lost your credibility with your Raider prediction. Wait till this one pops up.
Okay.
Talking about what the Vegas Raiders might do, as Whitley's going to pop that one up for you. I am the Bay 2900. There it is. Thank you,
Love
Whittles.
it.
Yeah, popping that in there. And John Berg, I'm not sure if that's a compliment. It feels like it because I've got my own Catherine Zeta-Jones in my life. So, Michael Douglas, I'll take that.
Michael Douglas. Good one.
Yeah. I'll give you a couple here. Props. Okay. George Kittle, you mentioned him. Over under 57.5 yards.
I got to believe, and we talked about it, the fact that this team has gone out and got O-line help with Mack, brought back Trent Williams, McGlinchey, Brunskill. They know what time it is. So I'm tired of seeing Kittle stay in the block. I'm going over. I could see 60 to 75 yards in the air, and I'm tired of guys like, and I'm not mad, Kelsey and all these other tight ends that get to run pass routes, and that's a, underrated dynamic about Kittle and his personality. You never hear him complain, but I want him to get more targets in the passing game, and I think Jimmy does too. I'm going over, Dibs.
Raheem Mostert, over under 69.5 rushing yards.
Now, I got him on my fantasy team, so he better get over this, but Dibs, you know what? I could actually see it going under, and the one fascinating thing about this this Niner running back by committee thing, if that's what it is, because it's normally that, Trey Sermon and the other touches that other backs are going to get, and the fact that we don't see 20 to 25 carries. So if he doesn't break off that big run, I'm going to say that might be a little more than he can chew, Dibs. I'm going to go under.
Okay, under on Raheem Mostert. And they also have some touchdown props, and I'm kind of liking Mohamed Sanu plus 300 to score a touchdown. The longest odds of any Niner. If you wanted to get Kittle, he's only plus 120.
Wow, I love that. Now, we haven't seen him at all in the, I would tell, where's Sherfield on that? You know what I mean? Because that's something we saw in games. I know, Dibs, that don't
Yeah.
count. But I can't just see Sanu coming in. I mean, he didn't even stick around last time they brought him back, but I'm not mad at that. The odds are sexy. I just don't see him getting 6.
Yeah, I don't see it either, quite frankly. And, it just depends on what kind of a shot you want to take, a long shot or,
Yeah.
a medium shot or whatnot. This is Liquidate All Assets, Guru and Dibs. That's a good NFL breakdown. Let's give the people some college football, Goo, because before Sunday, there's Saturday. And you got to love having a little bit of Saturday. Talk to me about some NCAA games you like. I know there's a couple out there.
OSU and Oregon. And when I say OSU, the Ohio State, and I've fallen in love with their freshman quarterback, Stroud. A lot of people kind of nitpicked what he did last Thursday. It won me some cash tips, but the youngster can make every throw. He got wheels, and they're going to open up the big house to 100K. So they're going to be at full capacity. And Oregon, to me, I know you could say, oh, they're in the right direction or whatnot, but they're finesse. And I think this is just a message game for Ohio State, who is also 9-0 against the Ducks all time. And don't forget the bowl game, 42-20, 2015, Dibs. I just think this is a slam dunk. And they got, I think, could be the first round pick in the draft, Ohio State, Mario Crabal. So I'm just thinking we see kind of a blowout and Ohio State win this by 17 points. That's just me, and I'm putting everything on it.
I love it. I love it. I got the spread here at 14.5, so that's a pretty solid play. The over-under 63.5, so they're expecting Oregon to be able to get into a little bit of a track meet. That game is Saturday morning at 9 a.m. I'm going to give you Coastal Carolina, Goo,
I love it.
Yeah, it comes up
the
tomorrow.
Pirates. Yeah, the Pirates.
Coastal Carolina, number 17 in the country. They're a team looking to make a real impression because ultimately a lot of this comes down to the eye test, right? The polls and, the rankings. It's not computerized. The human element's in there. So they need to make a good showing against Kansas, who barely beat South Dakota State. Shout out Trey Lance and company. Kansas had to really dig deep to beat that FCS team. Now they go on the road to Coastal Carolina looking to make a splash. Take Coastal Carolina, give the 26.5. They will demolish Kansas tomorrow night.
I love that. And we find out tomorrow. I love that, Dibs. And unlike the NFL, a lot can be said, and I get it, for home field advantage. But you'll find some of these venues in college, even in the MAC, to where the said team playing at home, Dibs, they're up 10 points before the game start. Like, it means something,
Yeah, let's get into it, Goo, because we need to get to the headline game of the podcast because you and I have a disagreement. Alabama against Mercer. It all goes down on Saturday. The number one team in the country trying to pick and pop against one of my beloved SoCon teams. What do you think about Alabama and Mercer?
I don't want to think about it, but it happens every year. They shouldn't be playing one. Mercer, I don't know where they're at and where they're from. They're already down 28-0 before the ball's kicked off. And this is why I love Saban. This is a text game. He's going to send a message. And I could see it 70-7 or something so ridiculous that Bama is going to mop the floor with Mercer. And Bama looked damn good last week. 53.5. That means they got to win by 54, Dibs. I'm tapping into that. Bama is going to clown. And don't be surprised if you see 70 points and maybe a touchdown by lowly Mercer.
Well, first of all, watch your mouth because you're talking about the Southern Conference. Okay. I got deep ties to the Southern Conference. I did color commentary for Wofford University, right? Wofford. I did one game. Okay. Yeah, Wofford's in the SoCon, Southern Conference, and that's where Mercer plays its football. And in the SoCon, we fight, Goo. We don't roll over. It doesn't matter who comes to town. And, you heard Saban talk about how, their team is in a little bit of a tough spot and they're struggling and whatnot. Take Mercer in the points. Mercer hasn't given up a point all year. They're coming off a nice 69-0 win over University Point. Yeah.
And that's who Bama, that's who Mercer is to Bama. So if Mercer can beat that team by 60, Dibs, this is going to get ugly.
I disagree, Goo. Mercer's going to fight. Take Mercer in the points. What'd you say? It was 54?
53 and a half.
Oh, well, 53 and a half. Forget it. I need 54.
Yeah, 54 gets you need that to win. Dibs, it sounds like a whole lot, but dude, this game should not be played.
Yeah, it's the way college football goes, by the way. And 54 is 9 touchdowns with no extra points, by the way.
That's amazing.
You know,
9 times 6.
They've cut it to an 8-score game. You know, Mercer with a late touchdown. I'm taking Mercer on the back door to keep it within 8 scores.
All right. I can't wait so I can text you this when this is over, but this is Nick Saban special. They're going to send a message, man.
Yeah, shout out John and Dante and I am the Bay 2900 and Felipe Martinez giving you love. Popped out. Yeah, there you go, Whitley. Our great technical director, Whitley Sandretto, popping up.
Whitley.
Yeah, throw Goo a bone. Goo, you already had quite a day having Danny White on the show, which was pretty good.
Did I get a bone? I can't see it. What did he say?
Yeah, he said, Guru, you a bad man. And keep up the good work. So,
oh well, that just melts me, dear.
Yeah, you got some love there. This is Liquidate All Assets, brought to you by the BetQL Network, BetQLNetwork.com. Up in about 60 seconds, I give you tennis locks for tonight.
Yeah.
Goo, any other college games you have your eye on?
No, I just had one more NFL game, Dibs, that we didn't get to that I was in the lab, and it's the Green Bay Packers and Aaron Rodgers. I mean, I really think what went on this offseason has fueled him. And people look at the Packers and think, you know what? There's still some chicken on the bone. Aaron Rodgers left. But if you look at his last 2 seasons and where their season stopped against the Niners, another reason to be embarrassed in that machine that they were a couple years ago. And then last year, you could have won the game against Tampa Bay. I just think this is Green Bay's year. And I'm looking at this spread. I'm like, man, this is simple to me. I like the Packers in this game.
Okay, I love it. Packers, another free pick from Guru here on Liquidate All Assets. Closing in on the tail end here, Goo. So let me give you my tennis picks. We got women's semifinals tonight, U.S. Open. It's going to be incredible. We've got 2 really, really interesting semifinals. Up first, it is Leila Fernandez, the teenager from Canada, who has stolen everyone's heart. She's of Filipino descent. She's got an unbelievable personality. She's been raising the roof after every big point. New York has fallen in love with Leila Fernandez. However, Aryna Sabalenka is a pro. She's a grizzled veteran. We're taking Sabalenka on the spread, Goo, minus 4.5 games. Okay. Which means when you add up the total of games at the end of the match,
love it.
Sabalenka has to win by more than 4.5. I think Fernandez hits the wall tonight. A close first set. Sabalenka runs the table in the second. 7-5, 6-1. Take Sabalenka and lay the 4.5 in the first semifinal.
Dibs, I want that again, but first I want that pronunciation. Sabalenka.
Sabalenka, Sabalenka, Aryna Sabalenka, and we're minus 107 because we're given the games. If we took it just on the win line, she is a minus 320. So she's heavily favored, but we're going to play for the lightweight blowout, and we're going to lay the games. We're going to lay 4.5 games of Sabalenka.
I love it, but I got to add this about Leila Fernandez and her story. Just Dibs, we were teenagers. I know it was a long time ago, but just think about being in her shoes on this stage as a teenager in a major. That's incredible to me, man.
And she beat 2 former number 1s in the same tournament. And I mean, really, what she's done, her run has been incredible.
Right.
But I think the matchup with Sabalenka is not great. And so, you know, with we're going to hold our nose because we love Fernandez, but we're taking Sabalenka and laying the 4.5. In the nightcap, Goo, I gave you this was my lock of the day yesterday on the radio. The young lady from Greece, Maria Sakkari, she's going up against another teenager. She's going up against Emma Raducanu, who has been incredible, but we got to go with Sakkari. Sakkari made the semifinals back at Wimbledon. She's playing great tennis. We're taking Maria Sakkari just to win.
No matches. You're going just to win.
Just to outright. Win. Yeah. We're not laying the games. It's only minus 155 on the win line. So we're taking Maria Sakkari in the second semifinal tonight.
I love it, Dibs. I can't wait to watch, man. I mean, look, we got tennis, we got football, college football, postseason baseball, pennant race baseball. This is awesome.
Yeah, it's fantastic. And shout out Camus for riding with Maria and, listening to the show. You listen to Steiny, Guru, and Dibs. I gave you Maria yesterday, plus 105 in the quarterfinals. She went out and dominated in straight sets over Pliskova. So, you listen to Steiny, Guru, and Dibs 10-2 on the game. You come into Liquidate All Assets. We're trying, people. We're trying to do right by you.
Yeah, and Dibs, I got the red on, so I got one more. I'm feeling like Santa Claus. It's baseball. Stroman against the lowly Marlins on the run line. Mets need the game, playing better baseball. Minus 105. It's a slam dunk. Dr. J.
Goo, we have so much content. We may need to start going 2 days a week.
Let's do it. I'm ready.
And you know what? I got a surprise for everybody coming in October. Something special is coming your way. Something that people are going to love. Goo and I are going to give you the gift that keeps on giving.
Okay.
And on that note,
yeah,
I'll see you tomorrow, Goo.
All right, Dibs. Take it easy, everybody.